Hi, my sexy Scorpios, my sensual Scorpios. The um, the measure of sexuality begins and ends with you. You guys have a way about yourself, right? So emotional, but in the best of ways. It's like the person who gets you, the person who's lucky enough to win your heart. Boy, they're the lucky ones, They're the lucky ones. Remember that about yourself, Scorpio. Okay, guys, we're going to get into your reading. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. Any planets in Scorpio? Excuse me. Or if you were just drawn to click on the video, welcome. You're meant to be here, okay? I have had troubles with Virgo and Libra with their videos. So my fingers are crossed that yours comes across just fine. I am, Mercury rules not only my sun, but also my moon. Virgo sun, Virgo sun, Gemini moon, both ruled by Mercury. And as far as I know, my rising is in Scorpio. And I'm proud of that. Isn't that funny? I'm proud of that. Okay, guys, we're going to get right into your reading. I do want to just say thank you real quick to the donations that allows me to keep this channel going, small and large. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because I truly love doing these readings. I mean, I love them. But it does take donations and what have you to keep it going. It just does. But thank you. Thank you for following my channel. Thank you for responding to my videos. I do pour my heart and soul into each one. That's why they're so long. So, thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for starting to love the longer videos versus the shorter ones, Just thank you. Thank you for being you. Okay, Scorpio, here we go. August 2017. There's a lot of stuff happening in the skies. Let's see how it's going to affect us this month. With the Page of Air as the first card. Bring this down a little bit. Ten of Cups. Hello. Seven of Pentacles. Beautiful. I love that card. I'm going to give this 7 shuffles. Okay, so we had the 9 of Swords pop out. Ten of Fire. Damn. The 4 of Fire. I like that. We have the Knight of Fire as our underlying energy. This is about action. This is about things coming very quickly. The Page is the news of it coming. The Knight is the actual coming in of it quickly. So we'll see. We'll see where this fits in. So we begin with the Nine of Air, you know, that card of expecting the worst to happen. And so it does. And then we expect the worst to happen again. And so it does. And so on and so forth. And, I mean, clearly, with the 10 of fire next to it, it is, you know, it's those self-fulfilling prophecies that are now becoming burdensome. But I do see that coming to an end. Definitely feel like that's coming to an end. For some of you, you may be working too much and not having enough fun. Or you could be working too much and skipping the responsibilities of home. You know, you're not balancing your home with your work. So your home life could be suffering because of that. Listen, that's an easy fix. It's a personal choice, but it's an easy fix at the same time. You know, because I feel like those of you who are working too much, because I feel like what's happening is it's affecting your health. You know, it's affecting your health. For some of you, I just felt like you have, boy, my thumb just keeps locking up on me again. Uh-oh. But I feel like you have tingling in your fingers, perhaps in your toes. It feels like, you know, I just had the devil pop out. I'm not taking it because I'm not ready. But some of you, you know, you might be dealing with this stress in a little bit of an unhealthy way. But anyway, so it's like the Emperor is popping out. Jeez. 4 of Cups. We're going to remember those cards. Because I'm just not ready for them yet. But nonetheless, Queen of Cups. That's you. You need to get up off your chair and you need to move. It almost feels like, you know, for some of you, it's about, you know, I picture you eating your sandwich, like eating a sandwich at lunchtime and dragging that time out. But what I'm feeling is eat that sandwich and then get up and go for a walk. It's like I see some walking like in a stairwell, you know, so there must be like a lot of floors, but you're walking the steps for exercise. And I see some of you actually walking outside the building, which I think is a great idea if you can, to get some fresh air. But there's a need, guys, there's a need to just think about that. Because your home life is being affected. Probably your children. They probably miss their parent. Sometimes we can't help this energy, right? So this is this isn't to make you feel bad, Spirit's saying. This is to say, you know, even if you're stuck in a job where you're working 80 hours a week, listen, you got to figure out your time. So when you're home, maybe you don't have as much time as you would like with your children, your family, but this is making it quality time. For some of you, I see you in the backyard with a bat and ball. It's like a wiffle ball. So maybe your child's younger, because it's not a hard ball. It's not a baseball. It's not a softball. It's like a wiffle ball. And, you know, having fun. I even see badminton. Do you guys know what badminton is? You know what badminton is, right? Could be volleyball. But I see the net. You know, and then the back and forth. So, okay. That's that. There's a few of you, too, that I need to tell you that you're worried about. There seems to have been a delay, like a stop of time, but only in one area of your life. And it's like, it's a delay in something that you may want to present. Could be a delay in a new business. Could be a delay. It could really be a delay in anything. I feel for many it is somewhat talking about money. I feel like the delay is about to be lifted. But there is a need to give this project, however it fits you, your tender loving care. Some people drive by here and I mean, wow, their stereo systems are like, I can feel the drums, or not the drums, the bass. Anyway, there's a need for you to, it's like there may be something you're walking away from or thinking of walking away from because there's been delays. And I know Mercury retrograde is probably not going to help your case, but at the same breath, I can see the delays being lifted. So it's saying, there may be a little bit more of a delay. But as this delay is happening, you're still supposed to put your loving effort into it. Okay? Maybe with Mercury retrograde, it's talking about revisiting it from the beginning and just reviewing it and making sure all your ducks are in a row. Because I do see whatever this is, like, taking off. Like, shooting out of the ground. And it's been challenging. I know that. I feel it. But nonetheless, that's coming to an end. Even this burden, the Ten of Fire, it wants to come to an end. But we need to do our part in it also. It's like we need to, it's like cut the fat from, I feel like there needs to be a review, Scorpio. It's like review what you're doing with your day, because there's some things that feel burdensome to you that you can completely cut out. You can take out of your life. This may be, you may be turning into a yes person. Someone calls you, ask for help, ask for this. Yes, yes, yes. But you don't have the time. So Spirit's saying that. Like, you don't have the time. So they want you to think about you now. You. And how can your life be more joyful? Because that's what it looks like. It looks like you're moving out of a difficult time. A time of this worry. But listen, again, this is if you allow it to happen. Because this worry, the worry, for some of you, it's certainly over money. It's just creating more worry. You're creating self-fulfilling prophecies. Please remember that. Because it's, I can see before I even put more cards down here, it's about this burden that you're feeling. And a lot of this burden is coming from other people. But nonetheless, you're allowing it. And this alone could free up quite a bit of time for you. For some of you, you may have to hire an assistant. An intern. If you can't afford, let's say you're beginning a new business, because I see that too. Getting this business off the ground. And perhaps you did, and you're getting a lot of response, but it's almost overwhelming. I feel like an intern. Someone who may be interested in exactly what it is you do. Because, interns usually don't take money. So that shouldn't affect your pocketbook. But I do feel like, if you take on this intern or an assistant, You know, whatever you cannot pay now, I feel like you make it up to them tenfold. This may even be spirit bringing like helpful people in place for you, but you know, you need to recognize that too. You know, it's that feeling of you just know, because it's someone from your soul family. So, you know, they just like magically show up, and you know, it might be someone who walks in your door and being like, "Hi, I'm looking for a job." You know, and because you don't have the money to pay someone, maybe you don't tell them that you need help. You're like, well, who's just going to work for free? A lot of people will, if they're gaining knowledge. If they know that as you build, they also build. You know, like as you grow, they can grow within this company. And others, it's just about hiring an assistant to, you know, I feel like I have a big box of folders, and it's like, oh, this work needs done, and normally you would have to do, but I see you now handing it over. It's like handing the parts of the job that maybe you're not the best at. Listen, we can't be great at everything. None of us. You know, we may feel that we are, especially when it relates to our business, but we have to learn that, you know, or we have to open ourselves up to continuously learning. But that's not what this is about. This is about handing off those things that you don't want to learn. You know, like that just don't interest you, that aren't your cup of tea. Hand it off. Perfect person, Page of Pentacles. You know, it's this young person who has an innate ability to look at the details for you. Think about that. Think about that, Scorpio. It feels important. Okay, let's take a crystal vision and put one on the remaining cards. So let's start with the 10 of Fire. The Fool. Beautiful, beautiful. If there's anywhere I want to see the 10 of Fire, or I mean, I want to see the Fool, it's on the 10 of Fire. Or on the 10 of Swords. I love that. On the 4 of Fire, with the 7 of Cups. On the Page of Air, Page of Swords, we have the 5 of Pentacles. Finances are definitely on your mind. Well, let me put it this way. Finances have been on your mind. I feel there's a little relief. And I shouldn't say little. I feel there's a relief. On the 10 of Cups, we have the 5 of Swords. It's like the 10 cut in half. On the 7 of Earth, we have the Hermit. And Scorpio, I hope you're okay, but I'm going to try something with your reading. I'm going to add in a different deck. And I have not used this deck for my readings on YouTube. I can't even remember the name. I'm trying to see if I have the box in front of me anywhere, but I don't. I know it's Zen Tarot. Anyway, I'm just curious. I want to add them in. Last month I added in the Crystal Vision, and I just love them. I don't know what I was waiting for. So I am going to add one card. On top of each one. Let's see if they talk to each other. I do believe they're going to. The Dream. On top of the Fool. Love that. Patience. Now, I haven't seen these cards very much, so I do have to pay attention. turning in. Playfulness. Now on top of that Five of Swords. Letting go. Let's put those right there. Excuse me 1 second. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Okay. Let me readjust myself and let's get into the flow. Okay, so we're going to start with the Nine of Air. Again, that energy of unnecessary worry. Let's put it that way. It's unnecessary. It doesn't mean that you don't feel it. It doesn't mean that there's not something hard around you. But what it's saying is it's about not worrying about the things that you can't change. You know, I know that, I know this energy. I know all this energy. But that's what comes with age, So if you cannot change it, if your worry does nothing to change the outcome, you have to let it go. I'm looking at that card. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. With the Page of Pentacles. Look how this person is just like floating. Floating in the water. The only way we can float in the water is if we're relaxed, right? It's like no expectations. It's healing. It's like, it looks like an ocean of healing available to you. Can I just point out also that, look at this card. And look how all the other, I never know what to call them, horses. Come on. Look at how they're all sleeping. Except for you. This can be some, of course, worrying over children. I feel like this is the largest of all the horses here. Perhaps these are ponies. I don't know. But what I want you to notice is how, what it feels like, whatever you're worrying about, it's probably someone here. And they're not worrying. So why are you? Maybe that's exactly why you are worrying. Because they're not. But what this is telling you is, if this is their challenge, whatever this you're worrying about, it feels like it's someone else's challenge, and there's nothing you can do about that. You're not meant to fix their challenge. It's like, just lay your head down. Go to sleep. I feel like they'll be fine. This could represent different problems, right? It's only you worrying. Nobody else. You know, with the Page of Pentacles, we could certainly be talking about money, or we could be talking about, again, our child. A child. I feel like it's a saying is there's healing going on right now. This is your first card. So there's healing going on. I almost feel like this person is in dream state. Like you're being healed on a soul level here. And it's like, don't fight the flow. Go with the flow. Okay, let's go to the next one. What a mess. So, again, this burden, you know, whoever's causing it, whatever's causing it, is coming to an end if you allow it. We have the Fool. So I love this because this is about, even though you know, it's like, it's telling you that even if you're in this state right now, feeling like everything's on your shoulders, you can change that. This wants to come to an end, and a new chapter wants to begin. And it's like Spirit wants you active, wants you a part of it, wants you aware of it. You know, clearly, some of you with this burden is relating to a love partner, clearly. I feel like there's a very small amount of you, but I feel like there's some of you, like, when you go to sleep, you dream of that person. It's like there's the fantasy of what you thought it was going to be. Maybe of what you were told it was going to be. And I feel like it's saying, okay, well, unfortunately, it wasn't. You know, whoever is causing this burden in your love department. I feel like this is saying is, you know, the person, the idea of love, how you picture it in your mind, is still available to you. But it's about closing the door to one. And you not giving up on your dream. You know, because what it feels like is Spirit saying, like, this is still possible for you. It's almost like this, you know, who you were with was a free will choice. But it's coming to an end for whatever the reason. And I don't even know if we need to delve into the reason, because the message here is about after that. After the decision to end it. No matter who ends it, this is for you. So even if someone else brings an end to a relationship that, listen, it's not a good relationship and you know it. So it's like whatever is ending is certainly not the end of the world. It's the beginning of the world for you. So, you know, it's telling me don't give up on that hope, on that dream of yours. Let's take one of these. Oh, wow. Isolation. Look at that. Look how that block of ice, I guess, looks like an iceberg, is looking back at this card, looking back at this dream. Okay, well, for some of you, this burden with this new person, well, no, not a new person, I'm sorry, the old person. I'm going to call him the old person because I feel like you're going to let them go. Because I do feel that possibly there were 3 people involved. So this could mean there was cheating. Certainly could mean that. But you would already know this. So this is not, you know, I'm not telling you something you don't already know. Scorpio, what it feels like is someone has isolated themselves. Someone, oh boy, I almost feel like there's someone out there who you may be taking sleeping pills. And it's almost like you want to be in this dream world versus reality. But you don't dream though, do you? So it's like you try to, it's like when you go to sleep, this is what you want. You want to dream about this, a soulmate that you know. Well, no, I shouldn't say that you know, because I feel the opposite. I don't feel like you don't know. It's like you hope that they're on your path, but you're giving up. And it's like dreamland has become easier than reality. And I feel like I'm talking to someone out there who, like, you're taking sleeping pills to knock yourself out so that you can almost escape. But you're not having dreams, are you? Or you can't remember. And that has to do with the sleeping pills. They're taking you beyond the point. It's almost like you don't get to dream. And maybe that's the way Spirit wants it, so that you can catch it before your brain starts thinking that it needs sleeping pills to sleep, when that's not the case. This feels like a big, strong man to me. Like a big, strong man that is heartbroken. I do feel like this is you, Scorpio males. I do feel like it's definitely water. And as sad as this feels right now, because it does feel sad, let's not forget, we have the Fool. And it's about, even if we feel that way, we can't let it stop us from moving forward, even if we're just moving forward baby steps. I feel like whoever this is who's isolating themselves, you need to Make yourself. Get into nature. Make yourself. Soak in, I want to tell you, get Epsom salt and soak in a tub. This is about every day making an effort to move yourself out of this, no matter how tiny. It will add up. God, I know this energy too. Being a Virgo, I know this energy. And listen, I remember days, nights, days, I should say days, getting up in the morning and within a half an hour wanting to go back to bed. Not because I was tired, not physically, mentally. This is the energy of needing to get grounded. And Scorpio, a simple bath could do that for you. Walking outside in your bare feet can do that for you. Whatever you need. It reminds me of where I'm at right here in my office. I don't have like a yard area, but I do have a fire escape outside the window here. And I felt myself kind of getting lost because I'm always at work. So I went out and got myself a tomato plant and some flowers, and I planted them in pots right outside my window here. So all I have to do is glance over, and I see growth. I see these beautiful tomatoes developing. And it's just enough to keep me grounded. But listen, this new path wants to open for you. And it's going to. It's going to. This is about understanding that the person that you're giving all these tears to, all this worry to, they just aren't your person for today. They may have been your person of the yesterday, but not today. And even through our hurt, we have to keep moving. Even if it's baby steps. Okay, let's go to the next card. So I have the Four of Fire, which I kind of love, coming after the 10. This is about contentment within our home. It doesn't even have to be our home. It can be within our own foundation, our own body, our own mind. This is about where before we were using the home to escape. Okay, let me go back a little, because I feel like what this Four of Fire is saying to you is you will complete this chapter. Whatever belonged to this Ten of Wands. Which, feels like love, feels like money, feels like quite a few things. Whatever belonged to that, you can allow it to come to an end. Doesn't mean that the pain doesn't exist, but it's moving through that pain anyways. And eventually what happens is it's like before you know it, especially if this is a person, it's like you start to think less and less about them. And this peace of mind comes back to you. Seven of Cups. So I feel like this is about, you know, don't miss out on life. Have fun. Not, you know, it's also, like, I feel like I'm picking up a warning here, too, about, just be careful, like, you're not overindulging. Again, it's like the sleeping pills. Like, don't overindulge to get you through a period. Get yourself through a period of time by doing steps to better your health. Because that will get the endorphins moving again. And it brings back this contentment within yourself. And I have the card Patience on top of that. Yeah, this is a major arcana. This could very well be a Sagittarius. Look at the cycles of the moon. No, this is the Empress. But this Empress is like ready to give birth, right? Like, she's ready. Well, excuse me. Oh, that just choked me up. You know, I feel like this is saying to you that everything that you're going through, everything that you have gone through, there is a reason for it. And you know that. You know that deep within yourself. You know, your soul knows that. Your human mind might not know it, but your soul knows that. And it feels like, okay, well, it's like just like fall will be ushered in. So will new love. So will new experiences. So will new reasons to make you want to get out of bed. But this is about your action too. You know, I have two cards of just beginning, you know, just starting out. Right? I mean, she's ready to give birth, clearly. But when she gives birth to the Fool. And it makes sense that you would have, well, that it would say Patience on there. So for some of you, this is, you know, it's like the last 7 months have been challenging. The last 7 years have been challenging. But it feels like, you know what, I'm getting this for a lot of signs. Like, you know, and I'm sure it has to do with the eclipses. It's like new beginnings available to us if we choose. If we choose. Okay, well, some people don't get a choice. It's just going to happen. And I'm being drawn back to here about going with the flow. So it almost feels like this new chapter that's opening up. It's just like, go with the flow. I feel like what it's saying is, you know, it's been difficult up until this point. And for a lot of you, for some reason, I do feel like it's been 7 years, at least 7 months. But it feels like August is about, it's almost like if you had a life path number 9, where your job that year is to end the things that no longer serve you, so you can begin to usher in the new things that are meant to be now. Because it feels like fall, the beginning of fall, which I'm going to say September. You start to see the benefits of your actions. There's little baby steps. And it's like starting this new time in your life. But you're starting it almost as a new person. It feels like new, like you're a new person. Notice how both of them are in dream state. And this could very well be talking about having patience. You know, like, I know what you're going to say. Holy shit, that's all I have is patience. You know, I don't know. That's what this is saying. Have patience. It's not just about having patience, though. It's about your action. Allowing things to go so new things can come in. It's the way the world works. You know, we shed our skin. We regenerate. You know, our bodies become brand new. I think every 7 years. That would be weird, right? 7 years, because that's when I'm feeling like you've had a tough 7 years. You know, I have to look that up. I may be wrong with that, but I don't even know that it matters. Because I feel like it's more the point of, you know, however long it takes your body to rejuvenate itself, to be completely new. Every cell in your body is different. It's the new you. Your soul, your spirit remains the same. So it's about, you know, it's like allowing it to happen, going with the flow of the universe and not fighting it. Bring the real dream to you. What you thought was the dream relationship, the dream person, had its purpose, but it's not the ultimate person. So it's like just because one person hurt us, we can't just roll over and die. It's just one person. And listen, if they hurt you bad, let the universe deal with that. Because you don't want to create bad karma because of it. Allow the universe to hand karma to them on a silver platter. You know, when we treat someone horribly, it's going to come back to us in one way or another. And, you know, it's funny because I feel like somebody just said, you know, look at the very rich. They don't have problems, but that's not true. That is not true. Maybe their money problems have gone away. But trust me, it's not true. Not that I know. I just know from readings that I've done. It's just one avenue, but there's many, so don't think that. I don't know who you were, but don't think that way, because it's not true. Everybody has something going on. It's just the way the world works. They're challenges. We're meant to allow ourselves to feel these challenges, feel the emotions, feel what they bring up in us, so that we can either heal it, or, sometimes it's bringing up epiphanies that we're meant to go with it. It's energy. Okay, with the Page of Air. The Five of Pentacles. Four of Cups. Okay, for some of you, I feel like, boy, it just feels like you just got bad news. Bad news. Relating to your money. Relating to a home. But again, it's like this bad news is wrapped up in a new beginning. So it does feel like some of you, perhaps you're going through a divorce and you just found out that your ex gets the house and you're forced to move out. And it feels like the end of the world. Again, it's not. Again, it is just moving you ahead is what it's doing. But right now, you're feeling the effects of it. What's that saying? You can't see the forest through the tree. You can't see the tree through the forest. So this new beginning in your finances, this could be, whatever it is, it feels like half was taken away. And it feels like the end of the world. But it's really just the beginning. And although it's challenging to find your footing in this new, unfamiliar territory, I feel like it's like soul support behind you, like your soul family rushes in and surrounds you, and it's like giving you this healing, giving you this nudge. Look at that, tuning in. Look at that. I mean, I'm not crazy about the image, but it's like the soul family downloads to you. I don't quite like the images that they use, but I understand the message. Flowing. This is like helpful people being put in place for you. This is about not keeping your attention focused backwards, because an opportunity could present itself and you may miss it. Doesn't mean it won't come back around, but where's the card I'm looking for? It's like, do you have the patience to wait another, almost like a moon cycle? Because it's what it's saying is you don't have to keep waiting and waiting and waiting. The patience was already required. Now it's about opening yourself up to what your intuition is trying to tell you, trying to show you the path. It's about tuning in. I feel like you got bad news, you heard bad news, you know, a judge came down and gave you bad news, somebody just like shook your core. And you're probably already on the beginning of this new path. You're just not awake yet. So there's a need to either open your eyes to the present moment or tune into that intuition. One or the other, or both. Both would be perfect. But it feels to me like if you're not ready to open your eyes, at least tune into your intuition, because you're going to be receiving accurate guidance. Little epiphanies. Ah, wait a minute. What if I didn't even think about this before? What if I do this? You know, this could be the single parent who feels left out in the cold, thinking there's no way to regain what I have lost. But your soul family is saying, oh no, we're going to give you these epiphanies to use to start the new part of your journey, to start this new chapter. Just like a good book, there's always a new chapter. We have to keep the flow going, right? So you get like these little epiphanies. You know, like, wait a minute. You know, I love jewelry. Maybe I can make jewelry. Maybe I can go to the thrift store and buy old costume jewelry and then do something with it. So it allows your mind to refocus now on a goal, on a passion. You know, wait a minute. You know, my story is for, you know, is not for nothing. And I've had so many challenges I've had to overcome. Maybe I'm meant to write a book to help those who will be walking in my footsteps one day. It's epiphanies that move you out of your current circumstances if you choose. And it feels like it's twofold. It's helping you financially, but it is helping you mentally. Like it is giving you something to focus on other than your problems. And it's giving you a helping hand at the same time. Wow. Use that energy. Use that energy. Don't waste it. Okay, the Ten of Cups. Some of you, this happy home has been disturbed, you know, but at the same time, it's like, don't think that you never have a happy home again. You will. You will. The Five of Swords. So this has already happened with the Five of Swords. Someone's already walked away from us, or we've walked away from them. You know, I almost feel like this is saying, okay, you shed your tears, you've allowed yourself adequate time to feel the emotion, and you should feel the emotion. so that you can allow that emotion to flow out of you, just like it flowed in you. But this is about, it's the end of that now. You know, like you can put yourself in that type of emotion for 3 months, 3 years, 30 years. It's up to you. Because this is about a new way of thinking, a new way of being. You know, what it feels to me is like, don't allow this person who you walked away from or they walked away from you. Nonetheless, there's heartache, right? But don't allow them to steal the rest of your life. Don't give them that power. Don't hand your life away. This is your life. This is your life. You know, and you are the author. So, you know, how long do you want to sit? Are they worth it? Are they really worth all this pain? Probably not. Sometimes it's just the time. It's time to move on. I mean, sometimes it's that simple. It's time to move on. And we fight it. We fight it. We fight it. Look at that consciousness. The third eye. I have to be honest, I feel like what this is telling me is that, you know, we have to remember that we are spirit first, human, you know, like we're spirit having a human experience. We are spirit having a human experience. We are not a human having a spiritual experience. It's the, you know, we are seeking soul lessons for growth, for eternity. We can choose to come back, you know, and do it again. Or we can choose to learn the lesson this lifetime. So we end the karma. We end the lesson. The lesson's been learned. I'm good. You know, I'm good. I don't have to come back and learn it again and again and again. Get it. This is about allowing yourself the clarity of mind for, again, these epiphanies that want to come to you. You can't do it in a state of worry. And I feel like that's why playfulness is next to this. It's about opening our mind up like a child would. Focus on your passions. You know, I feel like this is focus on your passions. Because while you're busy focusing on your passions, it's like the universe will prepare this next person for you. And it feels like they're already in the works. But we were told, we were told to have patience. And patience is part of a soul lesson. It's not just a word. Because I feel like some of you are like, fuck patience. I'm sick of that. I've had nothing but patience. Patience is part of a soul lesson. Patience doesn't just end, you know, you don't just have to use it once. You know, it's about trusting, really, is what it's about. But nonetheless, I feel like the universe is saying, we have, it's like we have, or you always have had this next soulmate. And perhaps this is the one that you do spend the rest of your life with. And it's funny because, you know, when you do find that person, you look back and you're surprised at yourself that you allowed yourself this much anguish, right? Because now you have real love. And not that this wasn't real love, but it just ran its course. And you will see that in time. You will see that in time. And if you really open yourself up, you will know that. Because your soul already knows that. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Love this card. This is a card of, number one, it tells us that, you know, there has been a pause in the action. There has been time, you know, where we've had to have patience. But this is about our seeds of intention now coming around. You know, it's like, it's right there. It's right around the corner. But you have to believe. You know, it's like you plant those seeds and you have to trust. You may not be able to see them under the ground, but you're trusting. But you're still nurturing them as they're growing. And then it becomes harvest time. Well, I mean, sometimes I just have to read the cards for what they say. Some of you are letting go of a Virgo. I feel like some of you let go of a Virgo. Now, this could be another fire sign too. But around like springtime here in the U.S. So I guess it'd be the opposite in Europe, right? But nonetheless, it's like springtime. So some of you have been allowing this heartache since spring. Because there's this one little glimmer of hope in your mind. There feels like there's a million red flags, but right in the middle is this little glimmer of hope. Now, take that little glimmer of hope and put it for yourself. Because this does feel like an end. An end, but with rebirth at the same time. So it's only the end of this. But again, I feel the same thing, like down the road, you will look back and you will understand. Or you will say to yourself, why did I wait so long? Now, on another level, this is about, again, I'm feeling September. September is, you know, it feels like September is like your garden just explodes with colors and vegetables and you know, it's like your choice. It's like a smorgasbord. But you've had to do some self-discovery first. You've had to let go of the things that weren't serving you. That's all. Maybe you had to let go of that. That's anger. Look at that. Look at his fist. It's like someone's out of control of us, right? Ugh. Someone who has so much armor on. How could you ever get through that, Scorpio? How could you ever get through that armor? You know, it's kind of fitting that it's falling on the Hermit. And listen, you know, I'm a Virgo, so, you know, this doesn't sound very nice for Virgos, but it's the truth. Because there is a lot of armor you have to get through with a Virgo. Sometimes it's worth it, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes you get through that armor only to find there's nothing inside. I feel like this is also like a big, gigantic red flag. It's like you know it. You know it. You know it. Wouldn't it be nice just to let that end? Is there anybody who is worth this type of anguish? No. Not for my Scorpios. No. Because, you know, this is not what love is supposed to look like. I don't even trust this person. And I know it's the Knight of Swords, but, you know, the way it's being represented here, it's like, I don't even trust him. A little hand coming out here. It's almost like he is stealing something, but I don't know what. Like he's hiding something. Feels like nastiness, you know. Feels like, I don't like this person. Because I do feel like, you know, by the time you get through this armor, all you find is emptiness. This is not the right person for you, Scorpio. It never was. You know, maybe this person taught you something about yourself and not to allow yourself to accept this type of person into your life. It's not meant to be that hard. And if someone's making it that hard for you, let them go. I'm taking one more. Look at that, the miser. Man, I'm just getting nastiness. You know, this was just someone who, just had, you know, just gave you like nothing. Very little. Can I tell you, I feel like this person, you know how our true love or our true love would take a bullet for us. I feel like this guy would duck or put you in front of him. It's not worth this energy. Just know that. It's not worth it. Because you have these seeds about to come out. You know, how are you ever going to see it when you're in this? It's like, I don't even like holding the cards. I want to put them down. Okay, let's do the Knight of Fire by itself. Oh, forgot I'm using 2 different decks. Oh well, I'll do that on my own time. Okay, so we have the Knight of Fire. This is our underlying energy. So this is something coming in pretty quickly. And it's something that's coming in that's, you know, got passion wrapped in it. It's got the sense of adventure in it. Yeah, listen, I definitely feel like this is a person. This could certainly be new jobs and that too. And because that's what it feels like for you, Scorpios. Like this month is about you going after your passions. But don't just say it. You know, like do it. You know, as those epiphanies come to you. If you can't remember everything, write them down. Little keywords that you can come back to. King of Cups. King of Pentacles, King of Cups, King of Pentacles. Nine of Wands. Two Swords. Okay, so we have two Kings. Or Queens, you know, it doesn't matter. Same sex, all that. This could very well be, you know, this is Scorpio, right? It's water. So for some of you, that Scorpio or the Virgo I was talking about, even though this is really a card of Taurus, could be same-sex males. We have the Nine of Wands following the Knight of Fire. So this is about, and I like how it's looking right at this Knight of Fire. So it's almost like you're prepared to a point, but you're ready. You're definitely ready. Can I just tell you, I feel like this, whatever this night represents to you, can I tell you, I have this feeling of it like erasing years off your life in a good way, like in the way you look and in your health. It's like making you feel like a kid again. But it literally is making you healthier and prettier and more handsome. Maybe because the focus is on you now. You're putting the focus back on you. And for some of you, it's like you're changing the way you look. I also feel this is about, it's like your sensuality coming to life again. Your sexuality coming to life again. You are one of the most passionate signs. You're one of the most sexual signs. Because you're filled with love and emotions. But this is like, it's bringing you back to life again. They have the Two Swords, so maybe some of you have to make a decision between another water sign and an earth sign, perhaps Taurus. It's like maybe there's a decision that has to be made. Remember how I said it's bringing you back again? Like bringing you, look at this, I have transformation here. And I have innocence. And that's exactly what I was feeling. Like it makes you giddy. And, you know, where you laugh at someone's jokes and they may not be funny. It's like you become the master of your domain again. You become the master of your domain. Abundance. Look at that. Look at that hippie. Looks like the people I used to hang around with. Look at that. He's just chilled, relaxed. Yeah, he might be smoking a little something, I don't know. But he's relaxed. He's happy. He's, there's no worries on his mind. It's like he's sitting on the book of life. It's like he's riding the wave of, what's the word? Of the universe. I don't know. It's like he's just jumping on top of that wave and allowing the universal wave to take him wherever it wants to take him. He's like, I'm cool. I'm cool. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, where are we going? Where do you want to go? For some of you, you're dating another water sign. They may be a little younger than you. I don't feel major, but I do feel a little bit younger. Look at that. 2 swords. Stuck. Not sure which way to go. When the Knight of Fire comes, it is a very quick energy. And it can easily throw you into this kind of, like, whoa, wait a minute. Because you're water. You want to go smooth, and fire wants to rush in. So take a moment if you need it. But this is about not allowing yourself to get an illusion of the past. Because these people are not from the past. It's like they're from your future. Look at that. Breakthrough. Breakthrough. Take those blinders off. This decision is about you. What do I want? Yeah, he's like, you can go any way you want to go, man. Like, jump on. Jump on. Come for the ride. I'll drop you off wherever you want. It's almost like taking on that attitude. And what feels like was shredded into a million pieces. This could be your heart. Shredded into a million pieces. Start to all come back together again. It's like wherever they were, they come back together again. Listen, transformation, breakthrough, transformation. How can we ask for more than that? Transformation can hurt sometimes, but it's always for the best. That's what we're here for, to keep transforming, keep having these breakthroughs, keep having these epiphanies and going with the universal flow. Not putting expectations on ourselves of the past, like allowing ourselves to be who we are. No need for an illusion here. This is about reality. Your reality. Some of you may be reuniting with a Taurus. And I do feel it's Taurus. And, just don't know if this is really the best course of action. Wow. Past lives. So definitely soulmate energy here, right? this guy and this guy look like the same person. So for some of you, this Taurus may be someone from, it's past life, so I can't deny that I'm seeing that. But I feel like this is also someone who you may have known as a teenager, in your younger years, in your more carefree years. And, I don't know. Like, I feel like they have already come in. I mean, maybe not. Maybe they're yet to come back. But they're going through other people to get back to you. There's other people involved here. I don't know if you're hard to find, like if you have a private number, a private telephone number, and maybe on your social media you have it as private, where only your friends and family can see it and can see your page, and leave it that way. Because, I don't want you to change that and then open yourself up to viruses, but because I feel like they get through. It may take a friend of a friend of a friend, but it's like they're willing to put in that work, so let them. It's like they're looking at themselves like a private eye, and they're trying to find you. Now they've either just found you, or you're going to hear news of them, and then there they are. I don't know if they're going to be physically right there, but it's like I can see the process has already taken place. Like they've already, have like messaged a friend of a friend who's going to message a friend of a friend who's going to message a friend who's going to message you. That kind of energy. And it does feel like I really am feeling Taurus here. I think I need to make sure I'm very clear that, because it's not the Virgo that I was looking at earlier. It's not. But anyway, so they're coming back. They're coming back. Maybe this was the person you were dreaming about. This is not the person who, this is not someone who has recently hurt you, because I feel like you haven't had contact with this person in quite a while. And I, again, don't feel like there's major pain. Maybe the missing or the longing, but not like, like they were serial cheaters or that kind of thing. It's funny. I feel like for my age group, I feel like this is really relating a lot to you, because I'm seeing that like the 60s and the 70s. And maybe this is what he used to look like. But he's grown. He's the king now. But he used to be, and probably you too. I know I was. Okay. Let's put one card on the Knight of Fire, and let's call it a night. Call it a night. Actually, I'm going to put one more card on the... It's almost like this is going back to the beginning. Remember where I had the what looked like an iceberg And it felt like a very strong man who was going through some emotional turmoil. I feel like this is kind of you, because I feel like this is attached, like that sorrow is still attached to you. It can be male or female. But it's like that sorrow is still attached to you. It's almost like you need to call on your higher self. It's like new birth. Here's the fruit that you've been waiting for. You know, this is just telling you, especially with the number 9, it's like, you're almost where you need to be, but it's also about understanding your journey and just understanding your journey and the ups and the downs and the ups, which we all have, the ebbs and the flows, the mountains and the bumps. We all have them. All of us. You're never alone when it comes to that. Whole. Okay, well, for some of you, I do feel like the sorrow is coming from someone cutting off ties with you. Cutting off ties with you, but at the same time, it's like passion will be reignited for what's coming. This is not the end. Just not the end of your love life. Look at that, clinging to the past. That's what I feel like. But everything wants to start moving in this direction. We have to let it. Well, it's going to anyway. When it's sitting on top of the 9 of fire, it's almost like you don't have a choice. You can jump on the love wave, or you can stay here and cling to the past. But it's like, you can cling to that past, but it's over. It's over. It's just over. It's over. We just have to tell ourselves that. It's over. Allow yourself a certain amount of time to grieve. And then move on. Because look at what's opening up for you. One more. Wow. It says the creator. Well, you really are the creator. You are the creator of your life. Each decision you make determines your future. Each decision we make today determines what our tomorrow is going to look like. It's free will. This is about being the creator of your life. For some of you, this is about praying to Source for guidance. But nonetheless, I feel like Source would even say right back to you, you are the creator of your life. Remember that. Because we can make it as difficult as we want, or as joyful as we want. It lies within us. It always has. It always will. Breakthrough. Transformation. Abundance. Focus. Passion to move forward. All yet to come. Yet to come. Make the decision to be the creator. You know, this is not about sitting back and letting someone else write your story. This is about you writing your story. You. Any way you want. But if you have the ability to write your own story, why not make it happy? All right, Scorpio. Well, I didn't expect this part to be as long as it was, but, you know, thank you guys for hanging in there. Feels very transformational for you. Well, for most of the signs, but it feels like it's in your emotional sector this month where, listen, there's real transformation if you want to grab it. There's even the ability to, wow, there's always the ability to change your life any way you want. But it's like now, it's like, remember, the fruits of your labor are being prepared. It's like they're at the last stage, and then bam, a breakthrough. Pick whatever you want. It's your garden. You planted the seeds. You nourished them. Now we just have to have a little bit more patience. A little bit. Just a little bit more. Because I do feel September is, well, you know, I shouldn't say that because things are happening in August too. You know, things are happening. But for some reason, I feel by September, you have this real peace of mind within you. And I just, you know, I just heard, for some of you, August is about adventure, adventure, adventure. All right, my sexy, sexy Scorpios. I love you guys so much. Enjoy this month, okay? Enjoy it the best you can. And, you know, where there's sorrow, start taking little steps, tiny steps to get yourself out of it. Because you will. You will look back at this time. And you'll have complete clarity over it. This is just for now. This is, you know, you got to tell yourself, this is just for now. Anytime we're down here, it can only go up. So don't you give up now. You're too close. Too close, my loves. Thank you, Scorpio. I love you guys. Bye-bye.